I wish I could just come onto my timeline and my feed and not see anything more about George Floyd and just move on from this so we could just get on with our life. Is that what you thought? Did that even cross your mind? Like you're tired of seeing George Floyd? You're tired of these African Americans making up all this noise? If so, let me tell you something. No, we're not shutting up. No, we're not shutting down. And no, we're not shutting in. We're not going to be quiet, silent, step aside, or push back. We are going to stand up. We're going to make noise about it. And we're not going to just let it slide. Because you see, I've tried to take some days to calm myself down. This is as calm as I can get. So let me just start off by saying the whole incident was unnecessary, evil, wicked, debased, uncalled for, and wrong on every single level. Wrong. Now I just want to kind of give a perspective because I am neither American nor am I African American. I'm Jamaican, but I'm also African because my grandmother is African from Ghana. And in my country, I'm the minority, but we don't say white Jamaican, black Jamaican, we just say Jamaican. So when I came here 25 years ago, imagine my confusion when they gave me a box and told me to pick what I was. I had no idea what I was, but I was soon educated in what America was telling me I was, and America was telling me I was privileged. How did I see that? Because I saw that African Americans could not breathe every day. I could go into the mall, in a store, security is not following me. Security is going to follow somebody who is African American with a darker skin tone. I can drive into a neighborhood, they're not going to stop me, but they're going to stop somebody with rims and tint on the car or who has a darker skin color because they don't look like they live there. Or you get random checks on the road. But me, I won't get the ticket. I get a warning. You won't walk off the elevator and not come inside of it because I'm in there. But if me and my family, my black husband, my biracial, multiracial kids who may or may not be on the darker side, you'll come off of the elevator, be like, oh, we'll take the next one. In a restaurant, hi ma'am, how are you doing? Serve me. But that table over there, that African American family over there, 45 minutes they've been here waiting. While you've served me, made me eat, burped and everything. Can't breathe. Every day. African Americans here can't breathe. And I, as an immigrant, was looking at this and totally appalled, shocked out my wits. Because see, in Jamaica, our National Heroes Park, it has slaves. We celebrate the brilliance, the actual absolute intelligence, grit, power and strength that it took to get into the emancipation situation. Anybody who will wade into that, we all celebrated. Slaves, we're proud that we came from slaves. We're taught the honor and dignity of coming from such a strong, resilient people. Oh, we are not ashamed of that. We relish that. We love that. We enjoy. So when times get hard, we go and say, but we come from strong stock. We know we can always overcome. So when I come here and see African Americans being minimized, it baffles me. I don't understand it. And yet it's the reality because I'm married to an African American husband. What to do? Here's some of the things I have done and will continue to do. I believe that we can effect change in your immediate circles and places of influence on a daily basis. If I am in a store and they do treat me differently and I notice that, because I do notice, I say something. I go to the manager and say, come here, you see that person over there? When I came in, the security didn't follow me. They followed this family. Why? That's a problem. I had, my daughter was going to a private school, and in 20 years, they had never celebrated African American History Month. What did I do? I went to the principal and I said, hold on, your whole coaching staff is black. So what? They're good for athletics. And in the church, they're good to be hired as a worship pastor, so you can say diversity. I want to cater to my black members, so you get a black worship pastor. But can your kids marry them? Oh, see, no. Nobody wants to be no token nothing, all right? So either you're going to really love people or you don't really love people. We don't just put stuff on our timelines to make it look like we love, and so that we won't lose influence and lose people and lose favor. Do it because it's the right thing to do. As Christians, we love, we sacrifice, we lay down our life for a friend. That's what we do. And so one of the things you can do is you can say something when you immediately see it. Say it. Say something about it. Because here's the thing, you say, well, people can speak up for themselves. Really? Okay, let's just play this out. If you're an African American and you see somebody hurting somebody else and you go and try and intervene, you're already aware that that policeman can just say, oh, I felt threatened, and shoot you. Somebody else of a different color, though, has a better chance of standing up. But if we who have some kind of influence and ability to fight on behalf of our brother or sister, and we don't, shame on us. Shame on us. So Psalm 82:3 says this: defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. That is part of our civil right duty. It is part of our God-given Christian duty to not just let things slide for the oppressed. So you can do that. You can begin to try and affect and impact law. You can, here's some things I've done over the years. Those of you who would like to know, I don't talk about it, I don't brag about it because I'm a doer. So number one, I have gone into the school districts. I would go on the first Tuesday and meet with the school boards when they would have these open meetings. And when we did have a switch in government, and I noticed for 8 years while Barack Obama was in presidency, my particular city did not celebrate President's Day after the very first one. They cut it out, called it in-school progress day, teacher training day, snow day, every kind of day. But the minute that the new president that is in office came in, immediately President's Day was enacted within 2 weeks. I went and fussed about that, brought it up, and demanded an apology. School board, restaurants, speak up, stand up. I have already called my mayor of my city. What are we going to do so that our city does not perpetuate this kind of behavior? What is in place? How do I know as a citizen that not just me, but people who are darker than me, African Americans in my community, in my city, how do I know that they're going to be protected? What are you telling me? How can you assure me that they're protected? You see, when you see the rioting and the fires and things like that, you're going to think, oh, well, it's not productive. Listen, I'm not for the burning of anything. I'm not for rioting. I am not, because I don't want any more black men and black women taken into jail and treated even worse, and families are broken up. I don't want that. But it is a sign of the frustration and the angst and the anger and the disgust and the actual helplessness that you feel and desperation that something has to change, something has to give, something has to go. And so every day, we as citizens here living in America, we have to leverage our influence and our ability every single day. And we have to say, God, give us a love for all people. All people. We can't just use people as tokens. We can't just use people to have, oh, you know what? I love black people because I have that one black friend. No. We have to love people. And we have to see that in this particular case, African Americans cannot breathe. Every single day. You're in a position of influence to hire. You're in a position of influence to leverage influence. Then I'm not saying nobody wants handouts either. So it's not like, okay, I'm going to hire the person just because they're black and they have no ability. No. What we're saying is don't discount the ability because they're black. Give a fair shot. Give fair influence. Majority of the essential workers are African American. Your life tomorrow could be on the table of an African American nurse. What am I saying? Love does. Not just chats, not just talks. It does. So my stand is do something tangible. Do something meaningful. Do something that you can leverage your influence. And let us not just let a whole group of our population feel like they don't have any love and support from people who certainly take. Let's be givers. That's what I have to say at the moment until I calm down again.